Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the another Highlander action respawn Highlander season 3 week 1 between Red Pandas and Atomic Affinity, a rematch of last season's finals. We're going to be playing here in Upward, and as we wait for all 18 players to join into the server, I'm here with Ink as well as Sander on commentary and analyst.
G'day, how you going, Cor? Sorry, Concord there.
I'm doing well. How about you, Ink?
I'm doing well. Looking forward to this match. Hopefully, it's a good one. A few roster changes, which I'm looking forward to seeing how they play.
Yeah, you probably know a lot more about this than I do, but I do see, is that Dr. Awesome back from the dead on the other team there?
Yes, he is finally back playing heavy, so it'll be interesting to see how he does. I think they also have Triss back as well from a few seasons ago, so very interesting to see Red Pandas getting all these old players back into their roster.
Yeah, that definitely sounds like it has the potential to be a winning team here. Now, just catch me up. With the results from last season, was it, I know season 1 it was Atomic Affinity who managed to beat Red Panda's winning streak at the end, but who won last season?
Red Pandas won both maps quite convincingly last season. That's why I think both teams have sort of changed their rosters a little bit, but I definitely think Atomic could have a chance of beating Red Pandas tonight with their roster changes.
Cool. Do you want to take us down any of those roster changes? I do see a couple of new faces on their team.
All right.
I can go down Red Pandas if you guys want.
Sure, definitely.
Sure.
So on Scout we have Ojai. On Soldier we have a random dead dude tonight. On Pyro we have Tison. On Demo we should have Doge unless he's asleep. On Heavy we should have Dr. Awesome. On NG we have Sheep. For Medic we have Lock. Sniper should be Lau, and Spy is Triss.
And that's a very powerful roster. Do you have the roster for Atomic Affinity, Concord?
I do. So on Atomic Affinity, Scout should be Fateless. Soldiers would be Spade. Bert will be playing Pyro. Johnny is going to be on Demo. Michael is on Heavy. Codin is on Engineer. Remorse on Medic. Sick Day on Sniper. And John on Spy.
Awesome. So some returning faces, but there are some changes here. I believe Johnny is a new face. Who played demo for them last season, Incision?
I believed it was Deft, so it will be interesting to see how Johnny compares to Deft.
Yeah, I mean, Deft definitely has like a lot more, I would say, game sense than Johnny. But Johnny, I think his like DM is pretty crazy, to be honest. Like for someone who doesn't like speak at all, he does a lot of damage, and especially in a Highlander setting where there's so many targets to click on. I'm looking forward to a good performance from him tonight. And I believe they've changed their sniper too. Did Sick Day snipe last season or not?
I believe the sniper was Spade and Raze. Spade and Raze for a few games, like when he came back and then quit or whatever he did. But it'll be interesting to see if Sick Day can compare to Raze, because that was definitely one of the most powerful aspects of the old Atomic team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Sick Day is a fairly accomplished sniper, but like, you know, for my money, Lau definitely wins that duel. I mean, he's literally got some of the best aim in Australia, I reckon. Like he's such a good sniper. I mean, Sick Day could potentially bring it to him with his I think he has more seasons of experience on sniper than Lau would, but like I don't think there's too much he can do against the machine that is Lau. Do you agree?
Yeah, Lau should win the sniper duel, and I think he'll do it pretty convincingly.
Yeah, I don't think there's really any competition there, unfortunately. But there is, you know, some interesting play. Like Michael or Brian has been playing heavy for quite a while, and I'm interesting to see how Dr. Awesome matches up against that, because he was one of the best and hasn't played for a fair few seasons now, and I'm wondering if any of that rust has sort of come into his heavy gameplay, into his heavy brain, as it were. But I don't know. I'm excited to see that, and I'm excited to see Randy too. Randy, or a fashion killer, whatever his name is on your screen. He's a very, very good soldier, and I'm excited to see some of that gameplay too. Sorry, who did you say was soldier on Atomic Affinity there, Concord?
I believe it was. Let me check here. Ah, Spade. Spade's been soldier.
Spade. Yeah, right. So Spade's also another very good soldier, but Randy, I think, has the Highlander brain. Like, I think he'll do well. I mean, I'm kind of talking out my ass a little bit here. Do you have any sort of much more insightful things to say here, Incision?
I Randy is a decent player. He's a decent soldier, but recently he hasn't been playing much soldier. So I do think Spade will be able to beat Randy. But a lot of soldier is dependent on your scout as well. If Ojai does a lot better than Faithless, then I think Randy will have a great game. If Faithless and Spade can control Ojai and Randy, then it'll be very difficult for Randy to really get much stuff done.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, in my experience, I reckon Ojai will have the upper hand on that DM, definitely. Like, Faithless has been playing for a very long time, and I do rate him quite highly as a player, but Ojai's DM is like one of the best in Highlander scouts. Like, he definitely knows when to play the beam and when to forward, and sort of does everything right with his team. So like, I think it's going to be a hard job for both of them, but I reckon if it is anyone, Faithless and Spade will be like the only ones who can really rein him in this season. But yeah, I mean, is there any sort of wild predictions that you think for this map, or do you think that it's heavily favoring Red Pandas?
From what I've remembered from the finals, of course, even with the even with the 2-0 score from the finals, it doesn't represent the each individual map entirely. Both are super close games, and it's only a matter of mistakes from either team that cost them a round or so. So it's going to be interesting to see how will this turn out. But my money is going to be on Red Pandas to take the victory for the day.
Yeah, I reckon so too. I reckon Red Pandas have the upper hand here. We do start to see a few more people creeping in towards this server, so hopefully we'll start pretty soon. Is there sort of any other tidbits you can give us, Incision, on these two teams, or how you reckon they'll stack up against each other tonight?
Well, most of it will just come down to how these new players on each roster are going to perform. Like Atomic, I think half of their team hasn't played together yet, so this is sort of their first time playing with this roster. And Red Pandas have Sheep and Randy, who are new to the team, as well as people who haven't played Highlander in quite a while. So it'll be interesting, but I do think Red Pandas should still win this. But if Atomic can just fit together and really just use the advantage they will have in the combo, because I don't think Awesome will be like ready yet. I think he still needs to warm up a little bit in Highlander. So I do think Atomic will win if they can beat the Red Pandas in the combo, but still I think Lau will just sort of carry Red Pandas this game.
Yeah, I reckon that definitely could be the case. I mean, I did touch on it before with the Brian or Michael versus Dr. Awesome kind of fight before, but I think, like, in terms of, you speak a lot about controlling combo, I think one of those things that will become a factor there is definitely Zoid's return. Like, I mean, he or Triss or whatever he's called now, he like was definitely, I would say, the best spy at the time that he was playing in the sort of the end of the UGC kind of era. He was definitely the best one out there after, I don't know, people like Shredder and Freshloaf and that kind of stopped playing. It was definitely him up there. And I think Bird is obviously very, very good at Pyro, but he can, if he pulls his own tonight, like, I'm pretty excited to see the return of the Zoid. I mean, has he been playing much recently at all, Incision, or are you not sure?
From what I heard, he had quit TF2. That's why he left Red Pandas to like begin with, but apparently he's been playing like 100 hours each couple of weeks in TF2, so I do think he's ready, and it'll be kind of like interesting, but also a bit worrisome for Bird in my because she struggles a little bit with spy checking, and that's sort of the reason why she was let go from Red Pandas. But we'll see how it works out. Hopefully, Bird can spy check really well tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely is one of the things, and I mean, like a lot of pyros do struggle with spy checking, especially when you have DM as good as players like Tson and Bird. Like, it's definitely hard to kind of just turn around and not do the fun part of pyro. So, I mean, John has a lot of experience too, and I reckon he's definitely gone up against Tson quite a lot recently, and he's come out on top at least a couple of times, which that I remember. So, like, again, that's another one to talk about there. There might be a little bit less spy awareness on a returning player like Dr. Awesome, and if they, control that, then they'll definitely stand a chance of taking this. So I reckon there is a heavy punt if the pick class of the sniper is getting shut down so completely by Lau. I think the other pick classes in the spies might have to step up and see what they do. We did see just then a ghost ready up, but there is only 8 players on the side of Red Pandas.
Doge was trying to join in, but he failed during the server, so he's probably trying to reconnect again.
Trying to wake up a little bit here. But yeah, we should hopefully see a ready up pretty soon. I mean, just while we're waiting, any other last tidbits from anyone, either about these players or about Highlander in general, or about anything? Because like I'm running low on topics here, to be honest.
I mean, this is your your run of the mill teams that has been a household on Australian Highlander. This is a map that is probably played countless times. Even in the finals, they were contesting their chance to win over this. So it's something of I would say, a routine for both teams. But the last time Atomic Affinity lost was because they were stalled on the second point. They were stalled on the second point. They were not really focusing much on the card, but we'll have to see what will they do this time. And I believe Doge has joined, so we're going to see ready up anytime soon. Config just loaded, so that's that.
And we do indeed see that ready up coming in here. Classes are now being set up. They should be the right ones that we listed off before. That is red team being Red Pandas for you, and Atomic Affinity on the blue team on the attacking side here. Sort of Highlander-wise, we usually see a fairly passive hold on first, with the aim to not necessarily commit your Uber to the first point. You do see some teams trying to commit this Uber to the first point if their gun survives. So it's interesting to see what kind of hold Red Pandas does here, right at the kind of top level of Australian Highlander right now. We see really nothing too scary in terms of off classes or anything like that. Sorry, not off classes. I mean, like weird loadouts. Like there's no crits being run at the start or anything like that. So we do just see, basically some really, really passive stickies being laid on red team. Actually, has he even laid some stickies out? I can't even tell. But yeah, fairly passive hold on this. They look like they're prepared to get this out right away, as we do head indeed live onto this first half of our first map this week, which is Upward. Take us away, Concord.
All right, Art has now moved. Like you said, it's a very fairly standard hold for both for the red team here. Art moving at a steady rate. No exchange as of yet. Django just killed by Dr. Awesome there. Dr. Lamo with the amazing backstab onto Spade. Card is slowly moving forward, but nearing that choke where the red teams are holding. Gun's a bit far back, so that could do something. Nicholas killed by Doge. Gun was dying in the hands of Fashion Killer. Flynn as well. And the cards are now stopped on the choke. A very risky place to stop there.
Yeah, there's actually a fair bit of cut time there. We did see Johnny go in for a sack just there, see if he could get anything there. Unfortunately, he didn't get anything, did lose his life, and there was a couple of little catch-outs there from the red team, but it was mainly just pick after pick there. I think it was only Ohai who really died for that that hold. He actually did get kind of destroyed by Johnny. John again goes down in the back lines as he's not finding his way through either this heavy or this pyro. They're catching him pretty easily right now. And there is just, it looks like, Zoid here is just standing in the background calling right now. He doesn't seem to be going for anything. Although, that being said, Johnny has very low health, and yeah, he does decloak and manage to get that frag. Quick revolver coming in there. So really smart play coming out of Zoid right now. He's doing a lot for his team, just calling. The med is kind of just standing in this corner. They both have full Uber right now. Faithless does lose his life a little bit there. That's a big dispenser pick from Doge, so that might trigger some kind of action, but they're just kind of beating their heads against a wall right now.
Just backstep Dr. Awesome there. That's the heavy gun. Much of the firepower has disappeared. Uber has been popped. Spade killed Dr. Lemo there, but 3 in return from Red Pandas. Cart has moved a bit safer from what it used to earlier, but now it's another reset for blue team as Red holds again. All high killed by Spade. Liam killed by a headshot there. Nothing as of yet. Dr. Raza might die here unless someone kills him.
Yeah, that was an absolutely wild Uber exchange. It looked like Remorse stood on like 8 stickies and was put into the skybox there, forcing his Uber. Then they managed to get the force out, the trade out from Locke there, but Locke was caught really far forward, and both meds actually went down there. So it's a bit of a weird play here, and it looks like these heavies are just exchanging the spam right now. But there is the demo man coming in to help him right at the end there, and that is a heavy advantage on the side of blue team for just a second there, as they were both so low. And they are just kind of beating their head against this before these Ubers come up for either team. Just because of the way these spawns have worked, they've engineered themselves about a 10-15% advantage, which could come into play with the fact that everyone's so close here. There was a spy being caught out on the combo there. Bird actually did manage to catch Zoid just there, so nothing there. Cart's being played pretty heavy, but this gun is actually still up, being spammed a little bit by these stickies. These Ubers are committed, but they're not going for the medic right now, and he gets it. They managed to get the cap though, but this Uber has come out, and it looks like they're going to get so many frags for that. Rem is actually managing to stay alive here, which is interesting. He looks like he's gone really far forward with his demo man. I'm not sure what's happening here. The demo man does actually die here. Ooh, nice stabs coming out from John, actually managing to catch out Dr. Awesome there too, and the demo man. So, but that being said, there is the answering frag immediately from the enemy spy, and he's still alive. Oh, he finally gets caught out there. But that is nearly a wipe on the side of Red Pandas, and they're moving this really far forward right now. John is sapping the gun. He does walk straight into the face of Ohai. Nothing going there. Gun is all the way back up. Looks like they're going to get spawns in enough time to sort of defend this. Again, even Ubers, these medics keep tending to die around the same time. So again, just some more head beating against walls here, I reckon, Concord?
Both are either equal. Red Pandas actually wasn't that committed. Engineer wasn't moving forward. They were focusing on the second point. Zoid there. Look, backstepping to Codin and Nicholas there. Halting the push for a second. The combo of blue team now just peeking towards the other. Lion just killed Red Pandas' sniper. After Olsen killed Spade. Nothing major as of yet. Both teams are just poking towards each other. Killing Liam there. 3 minutes and 21 on stopwatch for Atomic Affinity. Uber has been popped. Sentry might not survive. Oh, actually it survived. Rescue raged by the engineer there. Dr. Awesome killing Django. Faithless killing Fresh and Killa. Only the Pyro are in the cart, and Faithless getting headshotted by Doge here. And the cart is just inches away from the point as the combo of Heavy and the medic Remorse finally capping the point. 5 minutes and 24 seconds and 8 minutes on the time bank here for Atomic Affinity.
Yeah, that was actually a really interesting exchange. I just want to point out Randy did some large brain plays jumping around as the soldier class there, managed to drop their demo before their Uber was ready to push, but because the spawn timers were so slow, they managed to get him back up again in time. And they did just pop that Uber, but again, they used the entire Uber on the sentry gun, and it gave the enemy medic Locke enough time to get his Uber up, and they just counter popped right back into them and absolutely farmed the entire team. Which is just the story of what's happening. They still somehow manage to cap the cart at the same time that this keeps happening. Yeah, and we see this pop out, and it's like Locke is on site disad, and like Spade did it last time. Spade managed to get the frag on Locke right at the very end of that fight before, which gave his team that Uber ad there. But unfortunately, he couldn't come in clutch for his team this time. As just like people keeping on dying at the wrong time on blue team right now, and Uber is nearly up on Locke. There's so much damage. Johnny is actually in behind with his medic, and he's farming right now.
Oh no!
Pyro, everyone down.
Locke.
The NG and the medic go down as well. The gun looks like it's going to go down too. Rem did lose his life for that, but like that was absolutely crazy flank up through the tiles area by the demo man and the medic. They do, and then followed up with Sick Day getting that shot onto the medic. So that's set them up really well for this last push, and this is looking like it could be a pretty damn good time right now if they keep this up, Concord.
Too much real estate was given up on the third point there. Dr. Awesome was pushed by the pyro of Atomic Affinity to the chasm below. Ohai killing John, Claudine killing Dr. Lemo there. As we see now, Cart has just entered the base here. Ohai getting killed by Michael. 9 minutes on the clock at 6 minutes and 36 seconds on Atomic Affinity's stopwatch. My bad. Frax has again traded by both teams. Now, Cart is stopped, and it's just a matter of time whether or not.
Oh, John. I was watching that whole thing.
Yeah,
he did actually a really sick jump to decloak in that position. I think he was just a fraction too loud, though. He was called, and the demo man turned around, which is so unfortunate. But we do, like, in that fight, we just saw Lau kind of just, like, wake up, and he hit quite a lot of really good shots.
Yeah.
And then the blue team just started collapsing around that. And they did, like, lose a lot of time due to that, like, sort of spree there. We do see the sniper duel going on now. Liam in Sick Day is dueling him right now. Yeah, they're trading up in this tiles area right now, and we do see actually a slightly better Uber on the side of blue team, but Ohai is doing so much work to distract the heavy, and he can't frag the people that he needs to frag. That's really clutch actually coming in from Ohai.
3K from Dr. Awesome and one a kill from Tison there. 3K in return, Spade killing Dr. Awesome, Spade 2K onto Locke as well. The medic is down, Locke killing Sick Day there.
This gun looks like it's going to go down too. This is the push that they need right now. The heals are up. They don't have any kind of Uber right now, but the frags are so heavily in their favor that they can just sort of bot this forward off that really huge play by Spade. That was really clutch. Spy is coming in right now. Does manage only to get the engineer. Actually, it does slow the card up just a fraction, but it looks like that's too little too late, and that is 9-minute time. Not the fastest time we've seen, but still a very respectable time there. Only getting held up a little bit at a couple of these points. First point was actually a really big hold from them, so I'm wondering if they can replicate this same really strong forward hold on first point, which I mean, I know I said in the warm-up that a lot of teams don't usually do this, but there was a lot of commitment to that, and it really slowed them down. So I'm keen to see something similar happen here. We do see Johnny just laying some traps on the cart. Nothing really too mind-blowing in this setup. He's doing ye olde rock trap as well that you theoretically can't see, but you know is there every time. So we'll see if anyone gets caught by that. And we do see nothing really else exciting happening right now as we do finish up this setup time and head live in the next 30 seconds, Concord.
Yeah, well, it depends on how they would react after, let's say, losing that first hold, because it depends on whether or not you can peel out from the initial push easily. The red team, albeit with no engineer, was committed enough to hold on as long as they can. Regarding to the time bank here, as now it is Red Pandas' turn to push there. A super jump from Doge. Dengo killed him, but Sydney Both Lau in the return headshot there. Good momentum so far. Actually,
Oh, the spy.
nice job there. Lau and the spy there killing two each member. It is going well for Red Pandas. What I see so far, this is so good. Aggression is far better from what Red Pandas is, and Red Pandas very much so. They peel out and probably focusing more on the second point. Lau killing Dr. Awesome there, but this is basically a free first point here for Red Pandas.
Yeah, I mean that was some coordination that we've like yet to see from Atomic Affinity. To be honest, that push was just so clean and so clinical. Like they got their spy managed to get in and get a good pick early on and live, which then set them up for the coordinated Uber sap on the sentry there, and it meant that they could spend the Uber much more effectively here. We do actually see Sick Day coming in with the snipe now, but oh look at Spade, he's in so far behind. Oh, unfortunately. He absolutely gets crushed by T-Son. That's pretty funny, but yeah, he does unfortunately get nothing there. But yeah, that was just some like way more coordinated, and he gets a stab on the sniper again in Zoid, and he manages to live. Bird actually does sniff him out in the end. Looks like he will.
From both teams actually. TK from Atomic Affinity. Sentry is up there, but the cart is already out of the tunnel. Very much so, faster than we thought. Spade kills Dr. Awesome, but Ohai returning the paper. Sentry is forcefully saved there by Wooden. But the cart is still moving. It is so fast, much faster than what we see from Atomic Affinity. Coordination just all around, and it should push easily towards third. As we see now, Atomic Affinity managed to recover the sentry, and they're now setting up for a third point hold.
Yeah, really clutch actually from T-Son there. John was super close there on his medic. Unfortunately, T-Son's on the ball, doesn't manage to get anything there. And all of these frags are going Red Panda's favor right now. It's just Soldier, Demo, everyone is going down. Oh, that was some really nice wrangling actually from Coden to protect his sentry there, kill the spy. But Zoid was doing such a good job at doing everything just then. And we do see the ground is being taken super far forward now. The sniper has all the room in the world. The dispenser's down, so that means they're definitely pushing this the right way. Sick Day's peeking a little bit, unfortunately misses his shot there. Nothing going for him, and he's not going to re-peek that angle, or at least he shouldn't re-peek that angle. He's trying his luck. Faithless actually walks into a trap there a little bit by Doge. Doge is doing so much damage as well. He's really forward, trying to shut this sniper out too. They're holding, red team, which is now Atomic Affinity, I should say, are now managing to hold in this upper tiles area. But that's a Sick Day again, losing that duel to the sniper. Dr. Awesome does manage to do a lot, and Bird actually manages to farm Doge. That's absolutely crazy from her. Really well played, but they do have both their pick classes down right now, and that is now their Demo getting picked by the pick class of blue team, and he's still alive. He keeps living after these picks. This is crazy. Running the kunai, I think, is actually helping him quite a lot. Ohai does lose his life as he's trying to pick in there, but that's again Sick Day down. This sniper duel is going the other way constantly for him, which is really unfortunate, and it looks like the tiles hold has been backed off quite a bit right now, as Bird is actually taking so much damage, does lose her life. That could be the signal that they need to really commit this all the way through tiles. The medic is taking a really risky peek there. If the sniper was on the ball, he should definitely have died there. That's pretty wild. Gun is actually out of ammo right now. The Uber has managed to be committed so far forward, and they only just use all the way at the enemy team's spawn. And this is just a farm. They've had to use Uber in order to bust out of the spawn camp at their own spawn.
Force back. This might be a hold there, but T-Son, this might be a sliver of hope, but nothing yet.
No, unfortunately.
Red Pandas win.
That is a super quick time from them. Yeah. Way faster on the other team. So that's a
way faster.
Yeah, that's a very concise first half from Red Pandas. Just the level of coordination that they showed in comparison to Atomic Affinity, that was just very different. We might go down some logs in a second, but we'll get some insight from our analyst here. Are you still here, Incision?
I am.
Indeed. Do you want to take us through some big points that you saw happen during that first half?
Well, I think Atomic's problem was they never pushed forward like Red Pandas did. Red Pandas got such a quick time because they never let Atomic set up. Red Pandas was allowed to set up, especially on the second point. Atomic wiped Red Pandas on second, but none of their team pushed up, so it just gave time for Red Pandas to set back up, which delayed the cart by about a minute. And it really just shows that, again, just like last season, that Atomic aren't playing cart and they're not pushing up far enough to cut off Red Pandas.
Yeah, that definitely was something that was happening. Like they did have basically no time to set up, and like a lot of that is just due to the aggression of Doge. Like we get up some of these logs here, we see Doge doing 670 damage a minute with 18 frags and 7 deaths. Like he was absolutely farming there. It looks like Spade was trying his best. I saw him do quite a lot of work on the other side, but Django kind of letting his team down a little bit there with about half the amount of damage that Doge had. So yeah, he didn't play very well, in my opinion. There, he kind of got shut down a lot. The pick class in Zoid was kind of just walking everywhere. Zoid and of course Lau both just getting so many frags. Unfortunately, they couldn't really like break that. Like a lot of this, when you say like they gave them time to set up, a lot of that is when they would walk forward, there would be a spy behind them to kill them, or they'd just walk into a sniper sight line and die. Like I feel that it wasn't necessarily a lack of trying to walk forward. It's just like every time they would try, there'd just be some dumb pit class fragging someone in the background, and they would have to like stop and fix it. So I think it's pit classes going in huge there. In terms of Red Pandas, they're just like doing so much work. Anything else stand out to you on these logs, either Incision or Concord?
I think I wanted I wanted to focus more on the Uber exchange, because every single time we see the Uber exchange from both teams, especially during the first round, they are super close. It's just a matter of how well they flash and how well they manage to time each exchange with each other, and it very much showed who is the victor and who is the loser in this match. Between Lock and Remorse, both are actually pretty equal. Remorse has more Uber charge than Lock, of course, but overall, the percentage of the heals are fairly standard between both of them. They're they're absolutely sublime, and this is going to be another lives again. As we see now, it is going to be I believe it is Red Pandas again on push. So we'll be seeing another hold from Atomic Affinity. Will they repeat the same mistake they did last time? That's the question.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see if they can do any kind of adjustments here, like the coordination of the first push with that the sap on the gun and the picks on the heavy before they got in. It just like really did so much to sort of quicken that time, but like it's really the push that needs to get sorted out from blue team. Like if they can't get that time to set up their defense, I feel that's because the blue team is playing so well. I think they just need to do the same thing there. Just before we do ready up, do you have anything else that you'd like to say before we kind of let you wait for a bit longer, Incision?
Sick Day needs to pick up his game because Lau was just dominating Sick Day that last game, and that definitely played a large part in how Red Pandas were just able to roll in 4 minutes.
Yeah, definitely agree. We
So,
do see this going live right now. It's interesting that Remorse is actually like playing kind of in this sightline. It's really weird. He's like could be peaked from this other side. Oh, the same peak unfortunately doesn't work for Zoid that time. He does actually get crushed out, and it looks like Randy right now is actually running his main. That trap is actually debt for him though, rather than anyone else, so he loses his life there. The direct hit not coming into play. We do see just some more spam being exchanged right now. Nothing. Oh, actually a really huge pipe coming out. But it looks like Rem got forced. Rem is like standing in a very weird spot for me. He's standing like in a sniper sight line, and like it's like he's not so far back that he's safe, and he's not so far forward that he's safe. Like he's not standing in that kind of area under the stairs where he's protected by his demo heavy, and he's not standing all the way under there like with the dispenser where he's protected by that. He's just like such an easy force, and you can see that's what happened. And now the Uber has come in pretty much for free now as they do so much damage. Bird doing her best to reflect what she can there, but unfortunately, yeah, nothing going there. All of these frags are going in, no one dying on red pandas. This is a super good push from them as they are walking this forward, as you say, super aggressively. The sniper's already got this hill sightline locked down,
Exactly.
and Sick Day can't peek it. He's being forced to hold quite far back here. John is actually getting caught out now as well by Tison, and there's nothing that they can do about it. Looks like John is, going in for something there. Unfortunately, nothing happening. And this is, again, super aggressive. The gun goes down. It's been sapped. It's been spammed. Doge is just coordinating so well with his other players. And that's, again, another 3 picks for Doge. That's crazy. Then they forced the Uber too. Only 80% on lock, but he is in absolutely no danger right now. Whoa!
Oh no! Lock with the Lock with the amazing headshot onto Lock. I was going to say here, this is a carbon copy of what happened last round. We see now blue team Red Pandas, it's already out of the tunnel. Actually, Sick Day getting killed by Lau there. Sentry gun it has gone down, and it is going to be another second point. Red Pandas, 2 minutes and 14. That's a quick time, and Atomic Affinity are now setting up on the 3rd point. Red Pandas are still moving towards that 3rd point as well, not yet reaching the ramp. No frags traded as of yet. Delemo will be killed by Spade. Oh, but the 2 came from Doge with a trap. Faithless Spade and John falls down. 6 players versus 9. But Sick Day
That's actually,
killing
look,
Lau.
yeah, Sick Day. That's
Nice
the first
job.
duel I've seen him win for a little while. So there's still a little bit of life in them yet right now. And that is actually Brian taking down Dr. Awesome. So there is definitely some frags going their way at long last. And they are setting this up a little bit stronger, which is really nice to see. But there's just cart presence all the time. There is always at least 1 or 2 people on the cart. And the Uber is now forced out on the side of blue team, and Remorse uses his Uber in retaliation, but they're getting absolutely nothing. John does manage to clean up the engineer on the cart, and that is actually Brian running out of ammunition there.
Oh, Fashion Kill. Actually, Fashion Kill is killing Remorse there. The medic of Atomic Affinity has gone down. That's healer advantage gone. This should be an easy push. But as I said that, Michael cutting down Lock. Again, another reset. Cart is still being moved forward. Bird getting headshotted by Lau there. As we see now, they might get 3rd point, and they do. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Sick Day killing sticks on there. Cart is still on the move, and it is now edging closer to the last part of upward here as Django killed the soldier.
Yeah, it's just this constant pressure. Like, as soon as that cart was capped, Doge was at that corner spamming stickies. He did so much damage to Faithless that they couldn't even get into the tiles area, and they're forced to do this hold on, like, the floor around the corner, which is not the hold that you necessarily want to have. We do actually see a couple of picks going their way now as the Demo Man actually does get headshot by the Sick Day there. But there's still, like, again, still cart pressure. No matter what's happening, there's, like, always someone on that cart. Like, I don't think I've seen it roll backwards at all. Like, I've literally never seen it roll backwards from Red Pandas so far. The closest it's come is, like, it's come very close, but, like, the closest it's come is, like, 3 or 4 seconds. Yet again, like, it's been stopped. It's like its rollback has been stopped already. So they're like constantly applying pressure, and, like, yeah, they just can't find that break right now. There is a spy duel going on in the background. That's pretty funny that they do butter knife each other down right now. But this card is just constantly again, and this, like, snipe duel, as has been said before.
Uber has been popped from both teams. Sorry to cut you there. Uber exchange, equilibrium exchange. No one has died yet. The name of kill Spades. Actually with the kunai. Very risky choice there. Sentry is still on level 2, finally getting onto level 3. Fraction Killer might get it, but Delemo with the 2K.
Oh my god, dude! Oh my
god! Is that a quad there from Delemo? Nice job there.
That
My
stab
goodness
that he got on the Demo Man was the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
But Michael returning the favor with his own TK. Kill there. Oh, Jan backstabbing douche again. Cart slowly moving forward, but both teams are equal. No way! Spade getting killed with a pickaxe. Lau killing a sick day there. But the 3K from Atomic Infinity will halt the push for now as John backstab Dr. Awesome. What is going on?
John is actually coming in pretty damn clutch for his team. Like he keeps picking either the demo or the heavy, or Sick Day gets either the demo or the heavy, just as they're trying to push. And this has actually been the longest hold we've actually seen from blue team so far. But they do realize that they have that Uber ad after that ridiculous chain stab from Zoid just before, and they are forward on this cart right now as they have used their Uber advantage and picked off like 6 or 7 people right now. And there is Dr. Awesome just on this cart, spun up, dealing damage. He's getting frags. This looks like it'll be too little too late right now. I don't think they can do anything about it, and that is the time that we see there. That's about 7 minutes.
Amazing.
That's some of the fastest like times that you can have, like considering how much long they had sort of beating their head against that last door. That's a pretty damn fast time here, Concord.
That's 2/3 faster than what Atomic Affinity did the first time they pushed. Again, the aggression from Red Pandas are so coordinated. They did not give Atomic Affinity any break, and even there is a break, it was Atomic Affinity themselves trying to break out of it. But Red Pandas just pushed back in return. As we see now, the setup, fairly standard setup again from Red Pandas. Guns in the same place. Again, the positioning of the each members. Traps are actually on the upper foyer there on the building. As we see now, 10 seconds remaining, and it's going to be the game. How will they play the first one? Because it could cascade to the rest of the map. As we see now, map is again go. It is Atomic Affinity's time to push. Card is moving slowly. No frags as of yet, as any damage. But oh my goodness me, what?
He put for some reason he wanted to jump with 2 stickies, but then got headshot and debt on himself. That's hilarious. We do
Oh
see
my
actually
God.
quite a lot of cut time right now as they're going actually pretty uncontested all the way down this center lane. But that demo sack was kind of a little bit pointless there. The Johnny actually does go down again to the Wrangled Sentry of Sheep here. We do actually see Heavy actually manages to get a pick on a
Oh my
sniper
God,
here.
that's
This
nice.
is actually, this is a bit nuts actually. Bird is just doing so much damage, but they all die in return. Like all of the rest of the team died there. They do manage to get the drop onto Locke there, which is really unfortunate for him. And actually, I didn't actually see that. I thought Remorse died too, but no, Remorse actually did manage to survive with his 100% Uber. So this is the best chance they have at pushing right now. So I guess we're about to see the first like coordinated push coming out of blue team right now onto this point. The Uber is already bad though. This Uber is all the way back. The gun only just goes down, and like everyone else survives. Like they get one
That
pick
is amazing.
onto the soldier, I believe that was, and that's all they get there. Everyone else lives, and they're holding up really aggressively onto this second side, and they're not letting anyone get this hill presence, which is so needed when you're pushing this second point. They're only just now actually walking backwards with
Sick Day with
Sick
a
Day
nice
managing
headshot
to
there.
snipe the other gamer there. Snipe
Yeah.
Lau, I should say, but they are just falling back now as they've actually managed times like 5 on the cart actually, which is quite a lot. Sheep loses his life. Oh dear.
Oh no, that sucks. As we see now, Cart is slowly edging forward to the exit there, but actually no one's on the cart. They are focusing more on fragging each other. This could be catastrophic. Spade has gone down to Shash and Killer there. Michael returning the favor. No one is pushing the cart as of yet. Times is ticking down. Why are they
John
focusing
unfortunately beefs his stab just there. Remorse actually eats a splash pipe there too. Ohai doing the disrespect frag onto Faithless just there. But we do see both of these Ubers being traded there as the Spy is actually in the background there managing to get their sniper, sorry. Spade is doing what he can. Oh, Spade does what he can there. He gets locked. That's really
more?
nice.
Locked. Nice job.
Yeah, but they are only now, as you say, just starting to play that card. So during that fight, we've seen all these Uber exchanges before on the side of Red Pandas. They've always had cart presence or like not had the cart moving backwards during that fight. But only now did they manage to move it up, and it's just exactly where it was when the Uber exchange started. And so, like, they gain no ground off that exchange, unfortunately. We do see, actually, Spade jumping forward, seeing if he can make something happen, but he does change his mind right at the end. Ohai loses his life, but so does Faithless. So that's a scout down on each team right now, but the spawns, of course, are going to favor the blue team quite heavily. Oh, and the sniper does go down again. Really, really quickly, actually, to the Spy again in Zoid. And this is just, like, some really big plays, to be honest. They do manage to get the gun out of the way, but John loses his life there. They do get that cart cap. Oh, Michael only just surviving. Ooh, nice shot by Lau there. Yeah, managing to catch that soldier as he's moving through the air. And we do see, again, just like these players walking backwards, the gun does manage to be level 3 on third already. And there's only ×1 on the cap. It's just an engineer. Not sure what Faithless is trying to do right now, but the Uber is actually forced out by the heavy.
Actually, advantage on blue team here. Soldier has that Spade. Actually, kills are getting more towards the Atomic Affinity side, but Remorse actually got killed by the trap there. Sick they killing the soldier and the demo there. As now ×2 card moving forward towards the ramp. 2 minutes and 3 seconds remaining on the clock, as well as the stopwatch. Sick Day again getting killed by Lau. Ohai getting 2k on Cloudin and Faithless, and the cart is yet again stopped. 2 minutes remaining. This is catch for Atomic Affinity. They need to do something.
Yeah, unfortunately, they just overextended quite a lot with their Uber. They couldn't get anything on the gun, and it's just as soon as the Uber faded, they were just way too far forward. There was a gun there, and there was like 5 other people. They do manage to headshot the demo man in the sort of tail end of that, but that's way too little too late. And like nothing really going here as Spade, or nearly the Roma special just there, as they both actually managed to survive. But yeah, they're just like beating their heads against a wall here. It looks like Spade is trying to jump forward to do something. He does actually manage to bring that gun backwards, and John comes in with a big pick actually onto Doge. And for some reason the Uber is used there, which is really weird to see actually. You've not seen a weird use like that by Locke before in this game. And it's now 100% Uber ad on the side of Remorse, and it looks like they're going to see if they can take this forward a little bit. He does flirt with that sniper sight line just a little bit. Nothing really taken from him there, though, as we do see this Uber moving towards last. Hopefully they manage to take this upper area without using it, and they do use it there, and it is really, unfortunately, no ground taken. They're just taking this top area of tiles, and that's about all they've got. There's a scout behind them, and Johnny can't call it because he has no mic, and he does manage to clean up Remorse as well. And they jump forward in that soldier, and it's now just after, I think it was Zoid in the background, managed to kill like half their flank, and now all of these players are down.
And there is... needs to jump into the point now. They have so little margin to push now. 30 seconds remaining. They need to do or die on this push. Spade killing his opposite soldier. Dr. Awesome, Doge just giving the kills. Uber pop, Remorse dead, and that is it for Atomic Affinity. That's the end. 10 seconds remaining. But
that being said, yeah, John's on the cart right now. He's not going to get anything, unfortunately.
Yeah, there, that's it.
They're botting in actually. There is 2 seconds. No, not quite. Doge is on point.
Oh no.
Super close though. They did get really close at the end. So that's some good stuff, to be honest. Like there is still gonna be a contest, I feel, this season. Like if this team does start to get its stuff together, like they could definitely contest Red Pandas right now. Of course, it's yet to remain seen if Red Pandas also get better. with some of their returning players as well. But like, I reckon this season of Highlander could be very exciting to watch, and I certainly am keen to watch some more matches here on the Respawn TV here. Before we finish things up, do we have any analysis for what happened in that second half here, Incision?
A lot of this match came down to the second hold of both teams. On the side of Red Pandas, they put aggressive sentry on the hill, and they could hold the hill, whereas Atomic does the standard hold near the spawn on second. And a lot of teams need to learn and adapt to this sort of new meta that Hyper has sort of brought to Australia, which is having the sentry forward on the hill and just being aggressive in your defense, because that allows you to fall back into the standard position that you usually are on second point. And it's different, but it's a lot more effective, and it really shows because Atomic took 2 minutes to push second, whereas Red Pandas would just take 30 seconds to push second. So that was definitely a big deciding factor of this match.
Okay, I think I have to agree with you. One thing I noticed from each team's push there, Atomic Affinity really focuses more on getting the frags. Rat Pandas, they coordinate more on splitting their personnels on the fragging side and on the card side. They have that coordination, that aggression up through and through. But when we see on the Atomic Affinity, like we did see last round, they ditched the cards so easily. They were by the time they reached the tunnel, there was like there was no one to push there, and that cost a lot of time for Atomic Affinity. Of course, they do pick up the pace coming to the fourth point, but it was too. The margin was so small. It was around 30 seconds, and it was either do or die for Atomic Affinity, and it's just too much risk for them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it really was just a tale of how well each team used their Ubers. Like, I reckon if Atomic Affinity does sort out the issues that they have with their Ubers, then I think this could definitely work a bit better. Plus, like, just knowing when to play the cart and who plays the cart when, like, that's one of the things that I think Ohai can do very well, is he knows when he's on the cart versus when he's at the front fragging. And he got a lot of frags this game. I feel that he did very well. Actually, only third on the board. Actually, Michael top fragging at the very end there, which is not usual to see from a heavy. He did get quite a lot of heals there though, but then again, so did Dr. Awesome. So yeah, I mean it's a close game. I'm certainly excited because this is only week 1, isn't it? This is the first week.
This is week 1.
Yeah, so there's definitely, plenty more Highlander action to be had here. Does anyone have anything else that they'd like to say before we start to wrap things up?
Nothing from me. A good thing to notice, you were saying about Dango getting outshined by Spade. He did up 7,000, almost 8,000 damage from him, so that's really good. But again, just unfortunate for Atomic Affinity. They could have the match could have gone either way. So I think that's it for me.
Yeah, definitely a stronger showing from their combo in that second half, but yeah, unfortunately not quite enough there. Anything that you'd like to add, Incision?
I look forward to when these teams next meet each other, because I think Atomic will definitely become a lot stronger when they learn how to play with each other, because this is a very new roster for them, and it's going to be also pretty cool to see how Dr. Awesome and Triss perform, because they've returned, and as well as Sheep. I think Sheep sort of went under the radar that match, but he had some pretty good plays, which sort of allowed Red Pandas to try and delay the cart as much as they could on defense.
Yeah, I agree. Like, his gun was always alive, and like when it was taking damage, he would just back it out rather than let it die. So yeah, I agree. That was definitely some good play by him. I feel that at the same time, like, Zoid still performed very, very well for someone who's not played a Highlander game for a couple of years or a year or two. But But yeah, I mean, I'm just like you. I'm very excited for what this team has to offer heading into this season. Does anyone have any shout outs before we before we start wrapping things up, Concord?
I think I'm going to go to my usual shoutouts. Shoutouts to Asia Fortress. We are going to start the playoff stage of AFC 15. So I'm looking forward to either cast that. Shout out to Core for setting this up. Shout out to Incision and Xander for accompanying me on this cast. Shout out to my team PG for mistakenly almost reaching playoffs, but not really. Uh, but I think that's it for me. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Anything you want to say, Incision?
Well, I will say something, but apparently we have interviewers coming in, so I want to make sure that if we do, we can get them in. But shout outs to my team, Red Pandas, good match from them. Very interesting to see how they perform for the finals. Shout outs to my co-casters and in Concord and Core for producing, and shout out to Kai if he's out there.
Awesome. I believe there may be some interviews happening. I'm not 100% sure on what's happening and who's coming in, but I might I might head off anyway because I have to get up very very early tomorrow morning. So I might let you guys handle these interviews just as I bounce off. Thanks guys for letting me cast tonight. It's always good fun. Cast some Highlander action. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next cast and enjoy your interviews. Good night, everyone.
All right. As we wait for possible interviews, so maybe confirmation. All right, should have someone coming in. I believe it is going to be Locke uh, and Michael for. So hello there, gents.
Hey. Hello.
Good start to the season. Very much so. How well were you prepared for Atomic Affinity on Upward since your last encounter, basically on the finals last season?
No, we didn't really do any preparation between season. We sort of changed up a few people on the roster, so it was good to see how they played against the other top team.
Incision, anything?
It's interesting to see Dr. Awesome, Triss, and all those guys come back. But where was the big Hurts tonight? He was on a.
I think he was playing
the
sixes.
Playing sixes, of course.
Oh, so of course, again, new roster. Both teams really having new rosters. How well do you think you will go far with this current roster based on this matchup alone?
We think our current roster that we've got's quite strong. Like we got Triss back on Spy, and he's insane. So he did a lot of work for us tonight, which I was pretty happy with. Dr. Awesome, we sort of got a couple of people that'll just float around the heavy, I'd say, but it's pretty stable, our roster now.
Incision?
Ohai joined us. To Michael, so you had 4 new players on this roster, I think? 4 new players?
I believe so.
How do you think they will sort of go forward in this season when you sort of learn how to play with each other?
Yeah, look, I think when we get a few more games under our belt, I think as a team we are going to be pretty confident in playing at the level that we were last season and the season before. Obviously, like you said, there are 4 new players, and we've got a new sniper, NG, demo, and soldier on core. So we're changing a bit of everything just because some people couldn't commit to the time this season. So yeah, after we get a few more games in, we're hoping to play a lot better than we did tonight. Although we are happy with this result, considering this is the first time that we've played together as a team, all 9 of us.
All right. So, to Red Pandas, do you think you will basically have a smooth sail to playoffs this season, or do you think you'll get some challenge from other than Atomic Affinity, maybe some other teams?
Haven't had that much of a look at like other teams this season, but yeah, I imagine it'll sort of be us and Atomic fighting again in the finals.
It should be pretty smooth sailing because we've picked up a few new players that were core for our team beforehand. So I think once we shake off the rust a bit, it should be smooth sailing all the way through up until playoff.
All right. I think that's it for me. Incision, anything else?
So I want to get your opinions on Sheep and Randy on Red Pandas. I know Randy is not as good as Hertz, but he did have a few nice plays. But Sheep, he definitely played pretty well tonight.
Yeah, I think Randy did pretty well, and Sheep, I mean, he didn't really die that much, so that's all you really want out of an NG. And neither of them are hyper, so it's a massive upgrade in that respect.
Yep.
All right, I think that's it. So, from each of you, any shoutouts starting from Luck here?
Shout out to Red Pandas, and shout out to the other team for a good game. Shout out to the casters, and shout out to Hyper's Broadway debut.
Michael?
Yeah, shout out to obviously Atomic and Pandas for it was a pretty decent game, one of the closer ones that we've had in the past while that we've played against each other. And yeah, shout out to Connor for doing production. Doesn't get enough praise except for the end of the streams where he just hogs everything. And yeah, that's all.
Oh, hi.
Yeah, again, shout out to Red Pandas, Atomic Affinity for a good game. Shout out to Incision, shout out to Hyper's Acapella group, and shout out to Randy's My Anime List.
All right, I think that's it from us. It was me, Core on production, Incision on analyst. Xander was on casting duty as well. He's gone to bed. So that's it from us, and we'll see you on the next match.